Hey, what's up guys? Today we're talking about 3 overrated pieces of gear for YouTubers. Now, yes, it's exactly what it sounds like. It's overrated gear. It's gear that you probably shouldn't even be thinking about right now. And that's why I consider it to be overrated. One of the main things that happens when you are a newer YouTuber is that you're always looking for an edge. You're always looking for some kind of way to just really take your videos to the next level, whether it be audio or visual or something else. Like, you're always looking for that edge, and you're probably watching some of your favorite YouTubers. You're probably looking to see what kind of gear that they typically use, and you're like, wow, if I had the gear that they have, then my videos would go to the next level, right? And I'm here to say that I think that, you know, it's definitely admirable to be looking for an edge, some way to make your videos get better. I think that's something you should be doing, but I just feel like when it comes down to gear, it's easy to get sidetracked. And so that's why I wanted to make this video today, to kind of help to get you back on track if you are somebody who is focusing a little bit too heavily on the gear. So just to kick things off, one of the main things that you hear a lot about when it comes down to making YouTube videos and other videos as well is just how important B-roll is. To have that nice, beautiful, buttery, smooth cutscene B-roll shot, it's very important. It's very intriguing. It's captivating. It's something that you want to aspire for, right? And when you think about that, your mind starts to go to a certain piece of gear, and that's a gimbal, right? You think about all of the really smooth shots that you can capture with a gimbal, and your mind just goes wild, your mind just goes crazy, and you think about how you can apply it to your channel. And again, gimbals have their place, but I want to give you some other alternatives that maybe you can do first before you feel like you actually really truly need a gimbal. And I say that because you have to learn how to balance the gimbal, how to use it. You have to practice, you have to get good at it before the videos that you produce with it actually look good. So some alternatives might be, number one, just a standard tripod, regular tripod, your standard everyday run-of-the-mill tripod that you can use now and years to come. Next, you can use a video tripod that has, you know, really nice pans and tilts. It's gonna have a really nice video head on there. That's gonna be also a great option, and they're not too expensive, and you can, again, use them for years to come. Or if you already have a tripod, you can just buy a video tripod head, buy that, put that on the tripod, and get those smooth tilts and pans that we're talking about. And that can honestly take you a long way, and depending on the type of videos that you're filming, it's more than enough. And then the next option is to just learn how to film B-roll handheld. And yes, I mean just by holding the camera that you're using for YouTube handheld, you can get some really nice handheld shots. Especially if your camera has in-body image stabilization, you can get some really good video. And then if you just happen to have a little bit of shakes, or if you're still getting used to filming by hand, when you throw it into something like Adobe Premiere Pro, there are ways for you to stabilize the footage so that, again, it becomes buttery, silky, and smooth just the way you want it. Now, what's something else that people always tell you about YouTube videos that's really, really important? Audio. Now, when it comes down to audio, they tell you that it has to sound great, because if the video is good and the audio is bad, people are going to click away, they're going to pick their phones up, they're not going to come back to your channel. You're just making a big mistake. Now, I think that is 100% true. It's 100% true. But there are so many different levels to audio, and you don't have to go out and get the top tier microphone that you see your favorite YouTuber using off the bat, because there's so many different types of microphones. There's shotgun mics, there's lavs, there's condenser microphones, there's so many types of microphones. But to get a good one, you know, you can spend $400, $500, $600 just to get one of those. Instead, I would say do your research, and you can get something that's very good for a lot less. So for instance, you can get this Hollyland Lark M2, which is a really good microphone. You know, it's very small. You can put it on your shirt, it has like a magnetic backing to it. Put it on your shirt, plug the receiver into your camera, and boom, now you have really good audio. And honestly, depending on the types of videos that you're making, you may not have to upgrade for quite a while. So that's one option. And then something else to think about that maybe you haven't when it comes down to buying more expensive microphones. Buying a more expensive microphone doesn't necessarily mean that the audio is going to be better. And I know you're like, that sounds crazy. What are you talking about? Like, let me explain. It really comes down to the environment that you're actually filming your videos in. So think about the YouTube studio that you're actually filming your videos in. Think about that sound treatment, right? Are you in a room that doesn't have a lot of furniture in it, that doesn't have, any carpets, like it's hardwood floors? Like, you have to think about those things, because when you're making videos and those sound waves are coming out of your mouth, they're bouncing off of the walls and all over the place, and then it's going to go back into the microphone, and it's just not going to sound very good. So even if you have something that is very expensive, without those other considerations, it's still not going to sound great. So I also think that, again, you can pair something less expensive like the microphone I just showed you. You can buy a lav mic that has a cord, put it on your shirt, plug it straight into the camera, and that can be a great solution for under $20 depending on the type of video that you're making. Obviously, if you're moving around a lot, the other microphone is going to be better, but you have different options. So you might want to make sure that you have adequate amounts of furniture in your YouTube studio. Make sure that there's carpet down below so that it's dampening some of that sound as you're recording. You can also buy little foam squares and other little sound panels to put on your walls if it's really, really bad. You can also get thick curtains like I have here in the background. So there's something else that I want you to think about. So again, you don't always have to run to the most expensive option. There might be a way around it. Now, something else that we know is super important, right? It's the same thing when it comes down to photography as it is with videography, as it is with YouTube, which is video, right? And that's lighting, right? Lighting is very, very important, but it's very easy to get caught up in all of the different options that are out there. And it's a bit overrated because you can spend a lot of money for, in my opinion, diminishing returns, right? Now, let's think about like those really fancy tube lights that are out there. The RGB tube lights, they're very expensive, number one, and RGB looks great. I mean, look, I got some in my background right now, right? But you don't have to reach for that immediately. It's something that you can build up to and grow to, acquiring over time. And don't get me wrong, look, RGB lights can look really, really good depending on the way that you set them up, right? So let's be real about that. But it's not something you have to go get immediately. And then also there are lots of different fancy and very expensive lighting kits out there as well. You can go spend like $700+ on like an Aperture Storm, like lighting setup. Like you can spend a lot of money. So instead of spending all that money, you can actually go pick up something like the Godox SL60W, which is a great light and it's not very expensive at all. You can take that, and I've actually, by the way, used that for many years. You can take a lighting setup like that, pair it with a decent softbox and a light stand. Boom, now you have a really nice lighting setup that will last you for quite a while. So just to pause right here, I don't want you to look at all these pieces of gear as if they are truly 100% overrated, but what I want you to focus on is primarily the content that you're delivering to your audience. That is your primary focus. When it comes down to the videos that you're recording, whether they're, informative, they're funny, they're quirky, whatever it is, unique, right? Whatever it is that you have that's special, that makes people want to watch your videos, that is what you need to be focusing on. And also the content, the quality of the content that you're offering. If you can have top tier quality content, people are going to continue watching your videos. And then over time, you can do things like upgrade your audio, upgrade your lighting, grab some RGB lights, go crazy with other types of gear. But when you're first starting out, when you are newer to YouTube, it's just not something that I think you should shift your focus to. It's very easy to get into that whole gear acquisition mindset where you're always looking for the next piece of gear that will make things better, when really the main thing that will make things better is you and the quality of the videos that you're offering your audience. So I hope that this video maybe jolted you a little bit, or maybe gave you a little bit of insight, or maybe something else to think about when it comes down to growing on YouTube, your whole setup that you're using for YouTube, all those things. I really hope that it helps in that realm. If you have a different take on this, or if you have some thoughts, definitely leave me a comment below. If you enjoyed the video, hit the like button for me. And also, if you haven't subscribed, hit the subscribe button for more videos just like this one. Thanks for watching this video, and I'll see you in the next one.